Hey guys, Jim here. Welcome in once again. Today I'm going to share with you a very exciting unboxing. And when I say exciting, I mean really, truly, personally very exciting because this is the newest Jack Wolf Knives slip joint. This is the second generation of the Vampire. And I have my original Vampire right here. And the reason why this is extra exciting is because on October 9th, this was supposed to be attempted to be delivered in my mailbox. For those that don't know, October 9th was a holiday, so there was no postal service. Yet, I get an alert on my AfterShip app, which is a wonderful app. It shows every package you have that's incoming as soon as the label is generated. It goes and cherry picks through your emails and stuff to see if any company has emailed you and said, hey, we're generating an order for you. Here's the tracking number. So it has everything that you can imagine as far as package goes for DHL, UPS, USPS, all that. And I got an alert saying your package was delivered at like 9:30 in the morning or something. And my postal carrier always comes around 2 p.m. So I was like, that's super odd. I don't understand that. And I had forgotten that it was a holiday, so I got all excited and I ran out to the mailbox and, well, of course there was nothing there. So I said, okay, well, I'll just wait till, 2 o'clock and I'll keep checking out there and see. And then I got an alert from the U.S. Postal Service app, the Informed Delivery, and it said, delivery attempted, no such number. So it was rejected. And here's the marking right here where somebody wrote no such number as if the address on the label was incorrect. And it wasn't. So I texted Ben. I said, okay, Ben, I don't know what's going on. One app says it was delivered. The other app says they can't deliver it because they don't know what my address is. And he sends me a picture of the label, and it was all addressed 100% perfectly, like every package for the past year, which is monthly for the past year. So I was like, I have no idea what's going on. And I have watched as so many of my friends and so many of my fellow YouTubers in the knife community have uploaded pictures and videos of their new Vampire Jack, and it was absolutely killing me. And I'm in the Facebook group for Jack Wolf Knives and seeing a bunch of people that went to the, was it Blade Show West or whatever it was that just happened, and all kinds of other people posting up their new Vampire Jacks. And I'm like, oh man, because the Vampire has been one of my absolute favorites since I got it. And it was the second or third Jack Wolf knife that I had ever gotten. So it means a lot to me. And the one that's in here is what I believe is going to be the most desirable variation. Now, the whole thing about this is the release date on these was October 20th. So it's already past that time. I'm pretty sure this version that's in this box is already sold out. And there's a very good chance they're all sold out. But if not, you can go to any of the Jack Wolf Knives dealers, and there's a dealer listing on jackwolfknives.com, and see if there are any left. But what I wanted to do is go ahead and unbox a Vampire Jack with a Vampire Jack. God, I love how sharp these things are. Sweet. Yep, that's the one. All right. All right. Let's get this bad boy open. Oh, finally. All right, here is the new artwork on the tin. Definitely different than the Sean Tiffany artwork that was on the original. It says this is also done by Jay Gonzo Art, who has been doing a couple of the newer releases from Jack Wolf Knives. Let me go ahead and grab my original tin so that you can see what the artwork looked like before. And here we go. This was the original artwork, and now compared to the new artwork. And I gotta say, I like them both equally. I really like the Sean Tiffany stuff all year long that's been being done. But I gotta say, I don't dislike the new artwork either. Let's get this open. The Pog will fall out as always. Nope, I caught it. Okay. There is the Pog. The all-important knife wrapped in the microfiber cloth. Stickers. And of course, the all-important slip. All right, here we go. I am so excited to see this in person finally. This has been such a ridiculously long journey, only because the Postal Service are a bunch of idiots. Oh my God. Oh, I didn't think I'd love it that much more than the original Lava Flow, which, by the way, this is the most desired version of the original Vampire Jack. There are definitely certain materials and color variations that have been more popular or more desirable and worth more money on the secondary market, and the Lava Flow has been for the Vampire. I'm only going to use my cloth here because I know that now they use a lot of lubrication. So I don't want to smear that all around. Oh my God, that is a gorgeous color combination against that black PVA. Look at that. This is the Fat Carbon Dark Matter Red, which I have had in many, many knives and loved. But up against a knife that's all black, it really, really looks good. Very serious, very sinister look to it. I got to be honest with you, I don't really want to play favorites, and it could just be the honeymoon phase, you know. It's hard to figure that out at first, but I really like the all dark nature of this new version. That looks so damn good. All right, let's get these bad boys out of here for a second. I want to give this one a good cleaning since it's going to be on camera. I want you guys to get a good look at it. Then we're going to get into the TLDW. We'll get into the specs. We'll get into my personal thoughts and do the full review. Okay, here we go. Nice and clean and ready to present. My God, that is so sinister, so cool. Okay, whatever. Man. Okay, it's going to be really, really hard to do a TLDW when I'm just now getting it in my hand for the first couple minutes. But here we go. TLDW, pros and cons. Pros is going to be number one, the fact that it is the coffin shape that it is that made me fall in love with the original as quickly as I did. Another pro is the fact that this is one of the larger sized Jack Wolf slip joints. So if you're looking for something that's really going to be used for cutting and you want a fuller sized grip on the handle, You can usually, I have a large to extra large hand, and I can get 4 fingers on there comfortably. So this is going to be the one for you if you like something a little bit larger. Oh, man. Another pro. This new all black DLC finish looks amazing. Now, I have only a couple of Jack Wolf knives that are in the new black DLC, and it just looks so good. It changes the entire personality of the knife, and it really fits in well with what Jack Wolf Knives is doing. They're making a modern rendition of classic designs, right? And what could be more modern than going from standard finishes to black DLC coatings? Stuff that didn't exist 40, 50, 60, 70 years ago with your grandfather's slip joints. So now you've got this coffin pattern. You've got a fairly classic look in this slip joint, but you've got this all sinister, blacked out look that completely modernizes it. Another pro for me is always going to be the hollow ground blades. They're very, very deeply hollow ground. They're very, very sharp. Never had an issue with any of my Jack Wolf knives not being just ridiculously sharp out of the box. Another pro, and this will always be a pro for all Jack Wolf knives, is the fact that you get a full kit. You get the knife, you get the cleaning cloth, and most importantly, you get the leather slip. Without this leather slip, if you didn't spend the money to have one made, $30, $50, $60, $80, $100, then you'd be just dropping these knives down in your pocket. Maybe you've got pocket change or car keys or something in there that would just destroy any finish on any variation, make it look unnecessarily old far, far too quickly. I've had this one for, I think December is going to make a year. And it still looks like brand new because I always use my slip. All right, now getting into cons. Let's see. Let me feel the... Oof. Oh, that's not a con. The pull is a little bit harder, I think. Yes. The pull is more substantial. The walk and talk, it's just about the same. Let's see. Yep, just about the same. Let's take a really good close look. They really don't ever screw up, so I can't say it. There's going to be any cons. Okay, there is a con. I especially don't like this on the black DLC models. They've started adding extra oil over the past 3 or 4 releases because I guess people have complained about some of the knives and said, oh, they take a while to break in. They're really rough. They're not rough, but they're difficult to break in. And Ben's response has always been, put a little drop of lubricating oil on there, and you'll be just fine. So now what they've started doing is they've begun adding the additional drop or 2 of lubrication. And that's not the worst thing in the world. The problem is when you get your Black Beauty, you want this thing to be just all black. Instead, you're getting a blade that looks discolored and smeared and everything else because you've got all this excess lube leaking out, and you go to just simply wipe it off, and it looks terrible. Like right now, there's parts of the blade that look kind of blemished and yellow and just awful. So, I mean, for the regular satin blades, it's fine. It wipes right off, and you really don't notice it. But with the black blades, I'm having to use the KPL knife cleaner because I tried Windex at first. Windex did nothing but leave more marks, which is weird because typically Windex works for everything. And I had to use the KPL knife cleaner on there, really rub it in, and then wipe it off. And then it got rid of all the streaks, all the discoloration that the oils left behind. So that's my one and only con, really. And the obvious con of it took like 2 weeks to get here because the Postal Service screwed up so much. So yeah, there's that. I guess it's time to do the specs. You're looking at a coffin pattern. The covers on this particular variation are the Fat Carbon Dark Matter Red. Your entire frame, the bolsters, everything is DLC coated 6AL4V titanium. S90V for your steel, and that blade length is 3 inches with a closed length of 3.9 inches, so just about 4 inches. So yeah, it is one of the bigger size Jack Wolf knives for sure. Cutting edge is 2.7 inches thanks to that wonderful sharpening choil that's on all of them. And the blade stock is 120 thousandths of an inch thick. And by the way, the S90V is running at 60 to 61 on the Rockwell scale of hardness. Oh man, I'm so happy. I'm almost completely speechless. I'm just going to sit here and fumble over my words and make sounds like ooh and ah and ga and sound like some other YouTubers. And I apologize for that because you're here for information and not just sound effects. But such is life. I'm just very, very, very excited. Really well executed. It looks so good in the black. And I think that the all-black titanium version without the covers, without the carbon fiber, also looked really, really, really good. But there's something about having the dark matter red carbon fiber because you've got black and gray represented in the carbon fiber, so it's kind of a tritone there. And then the little splashes of red. Looks really, really handsome. Okay, so there's that. My personal thoughts on this knife. I have lived with my other for nearly a year now, and I absolutely love it. It is more of a pocket full than the other ones. It's a teeny tiny little bit heavier. Like my Cyborg, I think, was always my lightest, and this had been my heaviest. But it's still not enough for you to really even notice that you're carrying it. Especially if you're the kind to not use your slip and actually carry it in your pocket naked, then you're probably not even going to really even notice it's there. But it is a larger size slip joint. It is a little bit heavier, a little bit heftier overall, and it feels really, really good in the hand. As I had stressed in the original Vampire review last year, I had initially erroneously thought that the peaks here would be uncomfortable in the hand. Nothing could be further from the truth. It drops in the hand perfectly right where I want it to be, and I don't even feel them. It's very ergonomic. It's very, very comfortable in the hand. The action on this, the walk and talk, is fantastic. That ominous look of being all blacked out with just little waves of color, a little bit of gray, a little bit of red, really enhances the look of this knife a lot. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to stop loving my original Lava Flow version, my first run Vampire, but I think this one is going to be the one that ends up getting a little bit of priority for pocket time, just because I love the sinister nature. And there are very few black, all completely, what do the kids say, murdered out slip joints on the market, and even very few from Jack Wolf knives themselves. So the novelty of having it in all black, I think, is going to be a major deciding factor for me as well when it comes to which one I'm going to reach for the most often to carry. It's a difficult choice, but damn, it's sexy. I mean, it really takes it to a whole nother level. And yeah, I know, I'm sorry I sound a little bit more jazzed up and excited than I normally do about stuff, but it literally just arrived. And after waiting so long for it to get here, and all the turmoil that I've had to go through while waiting, I'm a little extra excited this time. So for those of you that have already ordered yours, I'm telling you right now, you are going to be massively, massively in love. all of the variations this time around really were awesome. You could really go with any of them, and they're going to be very impressive looking, very handsomely put together. But I think this one just stood out just a little. It was tough, but just a little bit more. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the new second version of the Vampire Jack for 2023. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. Grab one if you haven't already, and if you have, I can't wait to hear from you down below in the comments what your thoughts were when you first opened it up. Were you as excited as I am? I hope so. And I'll see you guys on the next video.